Hey guys, welcome to Anna Loves Makeup. Today I'm going to be using some new products that I just recently posted a haul on. I went to Sephora, I picked up a few items during the time that I had a 15% off coupon. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of these items today. I do have an eyeshadow palette, I have a blush, I have a brightening under eye powder, I also have the new Milk Makeup setting mist. And then I do have these Makeup Forever concealers. They're the matte velvet skin concealers. So I've got this concealer and that's pretty much it. So I do have a foundation that I'm going to put on my face here in a little bit. I am gonna put on some lip balm and I'm putting on the e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balm. This is in the shade Just Peach. I think that's what it is, Just Peach or Just Peachy. I really can't see too well because I don't have my glasses, so we'll put the name here for you guys just in case I'm wrong. But this stuff is so good. I've been loving this for my chapped lips. All right, I'm gonna go in with eye primer. I have the Revolution Pro Eye Elements Eye Primer in Central. You guys know that I really do love this. It's such a good primer. It's kind of opaque, so it does make like your shadows pop. I'm just placing this all over the lid with my finger. So for eyeshadow today, I'm gonna go in with the Khaki Haze Huda Beauty palette. This is new to her line. When I saw this online, I thought this was gonna be the perfect palette for the fall and winter months. These shades in here are just gorgeous. There's some beautiful warm tone shades. There's a khaki shade in the middle, and then you have these kind of glittery shades. So I'm excited to use this today. So I'm gonna start with my Sonia G Blender Pro brush. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. This shade is actually going to be a shade that I can actually set my primer with. It looks pretty light, so I'm just gently going over that primer. I'm just gonna go into the crease a little bit as well, kind of deepen it up, but it is going all over that lid very gently. And then I'm taking a little bit more and deepening up the crease. In the pan it looks kind of like beige, but it comes off kind of peachy, which I'm not mad at. That's really pretty. I never tried one of these smaller palettes from Huda Beauty. I've always wanted to buy the, there's a purple one that I've always wanted to buy and I've never done it. I really should look into it because those purple shades in that palette are so gorgeous, but I've just never done it. I don't know why. I don't know what is holding me back. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this same brush and I'm going into this shade right here, which is a lot more warmer shade. It's kind of like a brown undertone, and I'm going into the crease with that. Deepening up that crease. Have you guys tried any of her new palettes that she came out with? I really would have liked to try the other one, which is a more darker tone, but I thought, well, let me just try this one first because this is the one that actually grabbed my attention. And this is the one I really wanted. So I'm going in with this Sonia G Builder Pro and I'm going into that khaki shade in the center. And I'm going to actually put this just on the outer corner. Ooh, that's pretty. Such a beautiful, like, army green shade. So I'm just putting it on the outer corner and I'm kind of bringing it in halfway to my eyelid. Just like that. Okay, I cleaned the brush off. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I swatched this shade and it looks like it's a bit bronzy, and I do want to go into the inner corner and then a little bit on the center of my lid. I don't know how well this brush is going to pick up the product, but we're going to see. Oh yeah, it's doing a good job. Okay, so it's like a bronzy, kind of like a bronzy khaki shade. It's really, really pretty. And I'm just bringing that over that khaki shade. I just did a fall makeup look using a Melt Cosmetics palette called Gemini. And I thought this look was gonna look exactly like that one, but it doesn't. It's totally different. So it might look like that on camera, but I promise you it doesn't look anything alike. So I do wanna deepen up the outer corner a little bit. I'm gonna take this Sonia G Classic Crease Brush and I'm just gonna kind of blend everything together. Just kind of Blend it all out, make it look really nice and seamless. I'm gonna take this Wayne Goss number 4 brush and I'm gonna go into that deeper brown right there, and I'm going to deepen up just the outer corner, just a little bit. So that's it for now with the eyes. We're gonna come back to this palette in just a minute. Okay, so for primer, I'm going in with the Tula Skincare Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel. I've actually had this for a little while. I did mention this in my September favorites. So if you guys haven't seen that, I will link it right here. But this is a very cool consistency. If you'll look at it, it's very gel-like. Like when you touch it, it's really cooling. And it goes really cooling on the skin. It's so weird though. It's like, I'm trying to think of, it reminds me like of a jelly, like those jelly candies, but the consistency is very smooth and it goes on very cooling on the skin. So I'm going to put that all over. All right guys, I just noticed I had some glitter fall out from that last shade. I'm gonna go ahead and get a wipe and wipe that off and I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more on. Then I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Pore Perfecting Primer. I've been loving this primer as well. This was also in my September favorites. Just take a little bit and press it on my pores. Does such a good job of filling in those pores. All right, so for foundation today, I'm going in with the Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector Foundation. I have 2 shades here. I have tan and I also have medium 5. I'm gonna go ahead and mix both of those to get my shade. This seems like it's gonna be a September favorites kind of deal. This was also in my September favorites because it's such a good foundation. It looks so good on the skin and it lasts pretty much all day for me. So yeah, I really do like this. I'm gonna go ahead and place this on my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in with the BK Beauty 101 brush. I love this brush to apply this foundation. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the tan. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape tape in Tan Sand. And I'm also gonna blend that out with a brush. So for concealer, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer. This is in the shade 2.5. Now I initially got this to actually go with the shade 3.4 to do like an all over face foundation. And I will be doing a video on that really soon. But for now, I want to try the concealer because I want to make sure that this concealer is not going to dry my skin out. It is a matte velvet skin concealer, so I'm assuming that it is matte under the eyes. And my under eyes can get a bit dry, so I have to be very careful on what I put underneath there, because if I put something that's too drying, it makes it look crepey and it makes me look a lot older than I really am. So yeah, so I have to be careful with that. So I'm gonna go in with 2.5. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and place this. You know what? Before I do that, I want to go in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I love this because it does hydrate the under eyes and it does keep my concealer in place. So I'm just going to dab a little bit in that area. I'm going to let that sink into the under eyes. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now let's go in with this concealer. And it has a very thick doe foot applicator. I'm just going to dot it right here. Just like that. I don't want to put too much because I don't know how this is going to work. And I'm going in with this e.l.f. sponge. I'm just going to press that into the under eye. The coverage is pretty good. It's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to set that. Okay, I am going to set the concealer. Now, I wish I would have used a different concealer now because this is a brightening under eye setting powder. Hopefully this does not affect the wear of this concealer. So I'm gonna have to test this out on another day as well. And I'll let you guys know in the description box how that turned out. with another concealer, but for now, we're just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with this. So this is the Kaja Power Up Pink Joystick Powder for your under eyes, and it's a brightening powder. And this is so cute. What it is, it's a little joystick that kind of moves around into the product right here that's in the bottle. And when you open it up, the product is on the brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and just push that in there, move it around, and then I'm going to take this brush. Let me make sure I don't have any creases. I don't. So I'm gonna take the brush and just kind of press it into that concealer. So this is set right here and this isn't. So you see the difference? Go back in there. I don't know if I like this. This is very gimmicky. So I'm not sure that I really like this whole joystick thing. It's a cute concept, but I had to go in with this brush to actually get some powder to set my eyes. I just felt like it wasn't picking up enough product. So yeah, so it's set. It looks nice. So let's go ahead and go back into the Khaki Haze palette. I'm gonna use my Sonergy Pencil Pro, and I'm gonna go into that first shade that we went into where I set the primer. Now I'm gonna go into this shade here. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. I'm gonna set my face with the Translucent Honey powder by Mercier. This is my second time using this. I'm trying to give it another shot. The first time it was like hit or miss. Some days it would look really nice and then some days it wouldn't look so great. But I do want to try it again, give it a second chance and see if it's something that I really do like. I do love the original translucent setting powder, but I really wanted this one because this was more of like my skin tone than the translucent. So yeah, it set this really nicely. I'm just gonna have to keep using it to make sure that this is something I really, really want to keep. So I am going in with my Gucci bronzer. It's this one right here. This is in the shade number 3. So I'm really excited to use this next product. It's a Tower 28 Beach Please Luminous Tinted Balm, and it's in the shade Magic Hour. I was so excited to see this in store because I had been wanting to purchase this, but I actually wanted to look at it with my own eyes. And when I saw it, I was like, yes, I definitely need to try this. I'm gonna use this IT Cosmetics brush. It's the Oliver brush. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of dip it into the product. So I'm just going to press this into my cheeks. Pretty. You guys see that? Ooh, that is gorgeous. It's like the perfect shade. It looks like it has a little sheen to it, but it's really natural and very pretty. So the last product I'm going to use is this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I read about this and you can actually use it to actually prime your skin. You can use it as a setting spray and you can use it as a refresh spray. So we're gonna use it as a setting spray today, but this is what the product looks like. Of course you can see there's separation here. So we're gonna go ahead and just shake this up, and then I'm going to, I wanna see what the spray looks like. Ooh. It's nice and fine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. It doesn't really smell like anything to me. It just feels really nice on the skin, very like refreshing. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and go off camera. I'm gonna do my lashes, my lips, and my hair, and I'll be right back. All right guys, let's go ahead and talk about these products. The first thing I'm gonna mention is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, oh gosh, this is so long. Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I loved this spray on my skin. I think it really helped everything come together. It just looks beautiful. Doesn't look too dewy. It doesn't look too dry. It doesn't feel tight. I just really do love the way this went on. Today I'm not doing a wear test, so I don't know how long it's gonna make my makeup last. I have a feeling that it's not gonna do a bad job though. So yeah, we will test this out. I will let you guys know in the description box whether I like this or not. But yeah, so far so good with this product because I loved how it set my makeup and I love the way it feels on my skin. So yeah, good product so far. All right, so for the Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Concealer, I think this went on really nicely. I do love the coverage of this. I think it gave really good coverage just with that little bit that I put on my under eyes. It blended in well, looks really smooth, and it didn't even crease before I put the powder on. So I really think that this is gonna be a big plus for me. But there again, I don't wanna get ahead of myself. I really do need to test this out because I have had concealers where they dry out my under eyes and I've had to take them back. But for first impression, this looks so seamless and smooth under the eyes, and it's also full coverage and brightening. Who wouldn't want that, right? So I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that this is gonna work for me because so far I'm loving it. I'm so glad that I picked up this Tower 28 blush. I think it looks so beautiful on the skin. I think it went on perfectly with that brush that I used. This is so beautiful on the skin. It's very pigmented. It does have a slight glow to it, but I love that about this. You don't even have to put on a highlighter because it has like that natural glow. So really do love this. Love the shade of it. I think the shade is perfect. I think it'll go with any fall look that you guys come up with. I love it. I think it looks so healthy and fresh on the skin. Okay, so for the Khaki Haze Huda Beauty palette, I am so glad that I picked this up. I think the shades in here are simply gorgeous. Let me try and open this. I especially love that khaki shade that I put all over the lid, and then this bronze khaki shade that went on top. So pretty. I think it's a really good palette if you're looking for these types of shades and you want something that's going to be easily blendable and pretty pigmented. This is a good palette to go for. Plus, I love the compact size of it. This is like the perfect on-the-go palette. Anyway, good palette. So the last thing I want to mention is this Kaja Power Up Pink Joystick Under Eye Brightening Powder. Now the powder itself is really good. It's very smooth on the eyes. I am going to try this with other concealers because today I use a new concealer. I'm not really giving it a fair shot if I put it on with a new concealer and not put it on with one that I've loved for a while. So I will be trying the powder out with a concealer that I already have, but I will say I do not like the concept of this joystick. I can't stand it. I feel like I have to really press in there and move it around, and the product comes on the brush, but not enough. You know, there's just not enough product there. I felt like I had to go back into this product with the brush. The powder itself looks really nice on the under eyes, and I really just have to look beyond this here, this little contraption here, and use a brush with this, because this little joystick is not working for me. It just doesn't pick up enough product for me, and it doesn't distribute that product very well. But so far with the Makeup Forever, I think it looks really nice and very smooth. So that is it for my first impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't really have a lot of products. I wish I did, but I didn't. But I really did want to show you the ones that I had. So that's why I went ahead and came on here and did this for you guys. Everything seems to have worked well for me. Of course, with first impressions, you just got to keep testing it out and seeing if you really like it. And I always try to give you guys updates in the description box, whether it worked or not. So thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you watching. Take care, and we will see you on the next one.